And share my screen. Very good. Somebody else admit. Really small. There it is. Okay. So I'll put that one there. Okay, so vamos a jugar Quizlet Live. We're gonna play. Y tenemos aquí cosas de la escuela. So we're gonna do a couple of Quizlet Lives. See if people are joining in. There you go. Okay, so this unit, we've I know that it was kind of scattered between the weeks that we were out, and I kind of started the unit with the future tense, and then couldn't really finish it because we were off. And I did give you guys work to kind of just practice it, but obviously it's not the same. So so I decided to continue it as we came back. There they are. Okay, I think that's all of us. Okay, so that's why I decided to continue it back as we came back from spring break and the other 2 weeks that we were off, so that I wouldn't let this one kind of slide by not teaching you, because next year it's, you know, I'm kind of assuming you already know it, so I didn't want to just leave you like that. So per our plans, today we're going to review, for those of you who are just joining in, we're going to do a review. We're going to review the stuff that you need to know for your test. We're going to play some Quizlet Live, which we're going to just do right now. We're going to do a couple of other activities, but I'm basically going to go over everything that we've done since we started coming back. And of course, you're also responsible for knowing the stuff I gave you in the packet. And I'm talking about the school items, which we started right before we left. School verbs, there's like 7 of those. Adverbs of time, I told you there's only 5. And then of course how to do the future and the irregulars. I think you're in charge. We spent a good 2 weeks on those, so that's going to be your test. Okay, so today then we're going to play a little bit. For today there is no homework, so no homework is due, but you do need to study for the test. Okay. So yeah, so make sure that you're studying. If you have missed classes, like you have your has been glitchy or whatever, there's so many reasons why you might have missed information. There's the YouTube recordings. So I just want to recap that. Let me go to the YouTube playlist link is not on Google Classroom, is in our website. So if you go to the class website, everybody should have it on favorite tabs just to access it very fast. And you go to our Spanish class, and in there's a, like, it's actually the very first thing that you see when you go to the class page. It's the class plans and of course YouTube class meeting videos, and that takes you to a YouTube list or playlist where I think I've recorded most. So they go by week, right? Week 1, I started doing it in Spanish, but then I just switched it to English just so you guys have an easier time seeing it. Week 1, week 2, and week 3. Yeah, the only class that I didn't record was week 1, like class number 2 or class number 1, I think, which wasn't all that important. But definitely everything from week 1 up to last week is in here, and of course today's recording will be here. So all the stuff that I've gone over is here. You can play it, you can skip it, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. And this is also another resource in which you can use to study for your test, because this is where I'm going over the stuff that you should know for your test. Okay, so it's pretty easy to access it. Again, you go to the website, click on the YouTube class meeting videos. That's going to take you to a list, to a playlist, right, with the YouTube channel. That's only for you guys. And in here, I've recorded everything from week 1 to last week, which is week 3. We're in week 4 now. And of course, today's recording will be there as well. So today's review will be there. So if your internet is glitchy, don't sweat it, but I would really recommend you going back and watching at least the parts that you feel like are important in the recordings. Most of them are like 45, even 50 minutes, but some of the time I'm just talking like to you guys. I'm not really teaching. So that's
Wait,
what's happening. Yes.
This is week 4.
This is week 4. Yes, we've
I have a question.
done this for a month almost. Yes, ma'am.
How's the test gonna be? Is it gonna be like you ask us questions, or is it gonna be like online?
Remember how you guys took a quiz earlier this month?
We did.
Yeah, you took a quiz through Google Forms. Or maybe it was, never mind, sorry.
Oh.
My other class, I think.
No, I think
I have 2 Spanish classes, so. You guys did? Okay. Like, maybe it's not you guys. Yeah, so it's through Google Forms. Yeah, you just type it in the question and then submit them. Because it's, like, there's 2 ways to do that. Huh? Oh, I think somebody else was in there. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do tests. One is to publish a copy of the test, make you guys make a copy of it, and then allow you to write on the test, which is probably, I don't know, I guess I'm still gauging it. But I can also do a Google form, which is, for me, it's a lot easier because I get, like, I see your answers right away. I don't have to be scrolling down, you know, it's right there. I score it and move on. So I'll see whichever I feel like it's easier for you guys to maneuver. I'll choose that. And I don't know if Google Form, you can put pictures in it, but I usually use a lot of pictures for your test. So we'll see how it goes. But for sure, the stuff that we've been reviewing for these past 4 weeks, and again, it starts on, I think this was the 2nd class. Yeah, I can see. And I put dates on all of them just so you can reference which day you're watching. But it's basically Monday, Wednesday of every week that we've been here, except for like the first day. I didn't really record that because it was just information for you guys. It wasn't really teaching anything. But yeah, so here are all the classes that you need to go through if you want to do. And again, you can skip, rewind, you know, replay, take notes, whatever you want. You have 2 days to get ready for that test, okay? So in the spirit of getting ready for the test, we're going to be playing a little bit of Quizlet. So Quizlet Live. So this works exactly the way it works in regular school. So we're gonna do this, which is the school stuff, and this is pretty old. Let me do Teams. There it is. No, solo así, sin nada. Nomás la agua. Okay, so go ahead and, sí, por favor. Sorry, vamos a, go ahead and put the code in. There should be 19 of you. Yeah, there's 19 of you. And I'm gonna take attendance while you do this, okay? So. Gracias. No, gracias. Sí, no. All right. Okay, there's about 10 of you left. And if you can see the code, 396041. Okay, we need about 6 of you, 5 of you. There's 18 people here. Attendance in just a minute. for 5 of you. And code, if you can't see it, 396041. 396041.
Miss Rosas? Miss Rosas?
Uh-huh.
Haley's internet isn't working, so she's not able to get on the Quizlet live.
Okay, got it. So then I'm only expecting 3 more people. Thank you, Papa. Anyone else can't join? Okay. All right, I think we're gonna be okay with 15, so let's begin. Here it is, 15. Okay. Piper, did you get kicked out?
Yeah, I did.
You want me to? Are you in now?
Give me a sec. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Take your time. All right, we're just waiting for Piper. And if anybody else is joining, 396041.
Okay, I should be good.
All right. Yes. Play away. You guys really need to study, or somebody got kicked out of your thing. Okay.
Oh my god. Let's go.
Sorry, I had to stop the share because
I don't.
okay. There it is. Perfect. So just as a reminder, I do give points for attendance, and this past year below notice, it helped a couple people. Just showing up, it helps. Of course, I can see that you're there, but if you're doing something else, it's not really helping. So kind of check yourself, occasional checking your phone is not going to hurt you, but if you're just on your phone, then yeah, you're not paying really attention. So yes, you're getting the credit, but when it comes to the actual work and showing that you really are in fact learning these things, that's when it's gonna bite you back. So hopefully you are paying attention. All right, so we're gonna start now with our review. So we're gonna start with the future tense because that's kind of the most fresh in your memory. So I want to spend a little bit of time in that, and then we're gonna move on to the other stuff. So everything that we do through this review is you're gonna be in charge of knowing in the test, okay? Entonces, en estas semanas, en estas 3 semanas, hemos estado aprendiendo el futuro. Y el futuro tiene estas terminaciones, these endings. Yo, tú, has, él, ha, nosotros hemos, ellos han, ustedes han. So here are the endings. And remember, you have access to the PowerPoint. It's kind of scattered throughout, but I'll link them later on here on Monday for like your review. So I'll just say review materials. And I'll link all the PowerPoints that I'm referring to. There's only 2 anyway. Okay, so el futuro se hace con estas terminaciones. You need to memorize this. So for sure, this one has to be in your memory, locked in. Can't forget. I don't know what you're going to do to memorize them, but memorize them, okay? Now, we learned, aprendimos que cuando hacemos un verbo en el futuro, we do a verb in the future, all you gotta do is take the original form, right? Hablar means to speak, and then you add the ending. Unlike the other present and past tense that we've studied so far, where you take off AR or ER or IR and you replace it with the ending, this one does not cut anything out. So everything is kept the same, and then you add the ending, okay, that corresponds to the subject. So for example, this whole word, hablaré, in English means I will talk. So these three words, one, I, two, will, three, talk, I will talk, gets reduced, right, smaller, to this one single word with the ending, okay? So there's no such word as will, right? You can always add yo in here, of course, but it's already implied in here that it's you because of the ending, okay? So once again, the way you form the future tense, como formas el futuro, es un verbo original, más, plus, más, la terminación, the ending. Original verb plus the ending. And then you have your verb right there, okay? That's, of course, for regular words, not irregulars, just regular words, okay? So, sorry. Then we come to eat. By the way, this slide, you can ignore it. There's nothing in there for you. I'm not going to teach you that yet because I'm going to confuse you, so I don't want to confuse you. Okay, so then we did ir. Ir en el futuro is, well, ir by itself, right, without the future, ir by itself is go, okay? But if you're going to make it into the future, then it's I will go or I'm going to go, whatever. I'll go. That's what it means, right, for the future tense. There's two ways. Just like in the irregular way, it's also in the regular way, okay? In the regular verbs. What's one way? One way is, again, to take the whole form, ir, and then add the endings. Yo iré a, you always know that ir and a are married together, they don't go anywhere, okay? Iré a comer. Tú irás con tus primos al cine. Él irá al parque. And I taught you that you can use it with actions. Iré a comer, red and red, right? Acciones. So I'll go eat. That's what it means. You can use it with the place. He's going to go to the park. Él irá al parque. Or with people. You're going to go with, con, tus primos, with your cousins to the movies or movie theater, right? So there's different ways to use it. Just like in English, you use it in Spanish the same way. You just put the different words. Iré a, irás con, iré al, iremos a, and I put here because a is always used if you're going to use a verb, okay? That's way number one. Way number two is, of course, our favorite word, voy, vas, va, vamos, van. These, voy, vas, va, vamos, van, they can potentially replace conjugation. All conjugation, not just for irregulars, also for regulars, okay? Why? So, why does it can replace the whole ending thingamajig? Well, because we already know the rule. There's one verb here, so the following verb is an original verb, okay? So as long as you know voy, vas, va, vamos, van, you're good to go. You don't even need to learn these, right? Iré, irás, irá, iremos, irán. Don't even need to learn the yellow endings. As long as you know this, okay? But be careful. Not everything, let me repeat that, not everything goes with an A. Not everything, okay? Like, for example, here, with somebody, right? Él va con sus padres a la tienda. He goes to, or he's gonna go to the stores with his parents, okay? Entonces, don't get confused. Not everything has an A. If you're going with somebody, or if you're gonna go with somebody, then it needs a con. To a place, to do something, okay? All right, and then we went over some examples. This was when we're using, obviously, leer, the ending, sleep, dormir. There's the ending again, eat, comer. And then we will, comeremos. Oops, there you go. And then you'll dance is bailar, bailarás, because these are the endings, okay? Okay. Entonces, fuimos con los irregulares. So, we just finished the regulars. This is all verbs. Most verbs are regular. But there's some exception to the rules, and those are called irregulars, okay? Now, there's 12 of them, right? You're obviously not doing all of them. You're not doing caber, haber, venir, o saber, okay? So you're only in charge of 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're only in charge of 7 of them. So that's almost half that you're not learning, okay? And we did poder, poner, salir, tener, decir, hacer, querer. And here's how you use them. So the fact that I wrote this into the PowerPoint, it means you need to know how to do it, okay? And I taught you 2 ways to do these things. So I'm gonna go over each of them. We're in good timing. Okay, poder. Poder means to be able to. That's a given. You have to know what the word means. If you don't know what the word means, learn it. Memorize it. Make your own Quizlet. You guys can do that. Like, don't wait for me to make the Quizlets for you. You can do it yourselves. And study. You can study with the PowerPoints. You can study with the YouTube videos. I don't care how you study. Just study. Poder, to be able to. And I showed you one example. This is way number 1, obviously, right? Where you change it. How do you change it? You take out the vowel. So now you got podré with the ending right there. Right? This is, I won't be able to take the kids to school. There's obviously another way. Vas a poder, right? Will you be able to, this is what it means. Will you be able to eat all that cake? There's that. So again, way number 1, you take out the vowel of the word and you make P-O-D-R and then the ending. That's a little harder, right? Their second way that I think it's easier and that's mostly used for people is the voy, vas, vamos. But last time I saw that some of you guys get confused with which one to use. So you need to make sure which one corresponds. This one's I won't be able to go to the restaurant with my mom, right? No voy a poder ir, there's the go, right? No voy a poder ir al restaurante con mi mamá. Same rule applies. There's one verb conjugated. The following verbs are not. They stay original, okay? All right, we went on to decir. What does decir mean? Decir means to say or tell. I will say if you want to make it into the future tense. Okay, let me go back to. Okay, are there any questions? Preguntas? And I'm doing this fully in English so that anyone who joins in later or you want to join in later and watch it, you can totally understand what I'm saying. Are there any questions on how to use poder? No? Okay, so then I'm going to expect you to know how to use it, okay? In context, not like, what does poder mean? That's definitely not even going to be a question in there because I'm already assume you know what poder is. Your tests are not whether you know the word. Your tests test whether you know how to use it or not. Okay, so be aware of that. Nothing is changing from what you used to have in your test. These are still the same. I'm not testing for the knowledge of words. I'm testing for the knowledge of how to use those words. Okay. Entonces, ahí está decir. Let me hide this away. Entonces, decir means to say or tell. How do you build it or how do you use it? Well, again, you take out, and this one goes through like a pretty drastic change. You take out EC, right? So take out EC, and now you'll have DIR. So you take out these two, and then you just add the ending, okay? So it goes from the original decir to dir, D-I-R, okay? Because you take out E and C. Goes through a pretty drastic change, right? And then, of course, you add the ending at the end. Diré means I'll say, right? And I showed you, I taught you that diré is always accompanied, siempre va acompañado, de que. These are together, okay? They're not like right next to each other, but when you're gonna say that, so when you're like thinking in your head how to say stuff in Spanish from English, next Monday, I'll tell my dad that, right? I need money. It's the same place for that in English and in Spanish, and this is que. So notice, and I put it like a little, in a lot of stars because that's a rule. Next Monday, próximo lunes, I'll say to my dad, diré a mi papá que, okay, necesito dinero, I need money. So the que and the that are in the same exact place for both English and Spanish. So please don't forget about que. These two words are always together, okay? Not next to each other, just together in the same sentence, okay? Of course, there's a second way in doing things where you don't worry about taking these two letters out. Instead, you say voy a decir, which means I'll say. So, same rule. El próximo lunes, next Monday, voy a decir instead of diré. Okay, so that's the only change that this sentence is going through. Voy a decir versus diré. It seems like it's a lot more words, but again, if you manage to learn voy, vas, vamos, van, you're good to go. You don't need to remember delete EC and whatever. Don't even need to learn or remember the endings as long as you know this. Voy a decir a mi papá, there's your que, that necesito, I need money. Okay, so don't forget, whichever way you're using it, either way number one or way number two, que is always in the picture because que means that in this case. Okay, usually it means what. Que haces, what are you doing, or what do you do, right? But in this case, que means that. Okay? Preguntas? Questions? No? Okay, I know it's a lot, but hopefully we can get through this review. Okay, then we went to hacer. Same thing. Hacer is an irregular verb that deletes CE and it now becomes HAR, ar, right? And of course you add the endings. Has, a, hemos, han. Haré, harás, hará, haremos, harán. And I showed you a sentence. Mañana, tomorrow, my mom and I will do, right? We will do hamburgers in the patio. That's one way. The second way is with the voy a hacer, I'm gonna make or do eggs with chorizo for breakfast. Okay, I didn't even need a subject because I'm here. Voy, that's me. I'm gonna make. Okay, that's hacer. I think hacer is, you've learned about it so much that you already know what hacer is. Okay, so this is hacer in the future tense. Wrong one. There you go. Oops. Querer. Querer means to want. Quiero, like when you say, well, that's, you say puedo. But like, quiero un chocolate. I want chocolate. So what we're doing here is we're making it in the future tense. Hence, I'll want. That's how you say in English. I'll want this, I'll want that. Tomorrow, I'll want this, etc. So with the time, so you can make it easier. Way number one, super weird. Take out this vowel and you start off with your new root, quer. And so you say querré, querrás, querrá, querremos, querrán. Again, nobody ever uses this. I've never heard anybody uses this. Most people say voy a querer, vas a querer, va a querer, vamos a querer, van a querer. Okay, so most people use this, but because I have to teach you both ways, I'm telling you that another way exists of saying this, but please stick with this one, okay? So how do you do it? Same as always. Stick the voy in there, oops, and then the original verb. What does this mean? I'm going to want. That's what it means. You're gonna want a hot dog for dinner. He's gonna want to go to school soon. We're gonna want, and we didn't finish that. You're all gonna want. Okay, that's what it means. I want, you want, he wants, we want, they want, or they'll want for future tense. Okay, now I did put another rule in here. Anytime you have querer before a verb, the verb stays original. So like notice here, right? So I guess the rules, it's the rule that I've been telling you about. First verb conjugates, all the following verbs stay original. Okay? At least when they're next to each other. Okay. Preguntas, questions for querer. Is way number 2 clear for everybody? Let's see. Let me ask randomly. Carly. Where's Carly? Can you hear me, Carly? She can hear me. Oh, Lillian. Are you guys understanding? Are you guys listening well? Can't see you.
I understand it.
You understand it? Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll just do one check and I'll come back with you guys. Okay, perfect. So I'll take Lillian's word in representation for everybody. But if you have questions, please don't hesitate. I'm gonna be here with Anastasia helping out. If you want to join in, you just have to stay through the meeting. You don't need to log out when the meeting ends in 3 minutes. Shoot. Okay, let's continue. So we have tener. And this one, when you're trying to navigate, when you're trying to study for it, you follow the colors. That's what I would say. Tener is when you have or you own something. Like I have a computer, I have a phone, I have a room, bed, whatever. I have a plant. I own. And then you have tener que. That's when you are having to do something. So blue is for an action. Yellow is for when you own something. Okay. Of course, I did way number 2 for both. Okay. Yo tendré. How do you build the future? You take out the E, substitute it with the D, and you have tender, like tender, almost, but without the E. And so you add the endings, tendré, tendrás, tendrá, tendremos, blah, blah, blah. And then I put an example in yellow. I'll have shoes in 2 weeks, or you're gonna have to go to school. Why are they different? This one is owning something. I'm gonna have shoes, that's an item. And then this one is I'm gonna have to go. It's an action, the action of going, okay? Of course, way number 2 is present, yay. Same examples, but different way of saying it. Voy a tener, vas a tener. And notice que doesn't go away. Tener que goes before the verb, okay? And I put you up here the little formula. So it's tener plus que plus verb or verbo original. So any verb in its original form, okay? That's tener. All right. Poner, to put or to add. This one is, it goes all the way back when we were studying the kitchen stuff. Same thing. What do? Substitute the E for a D. Pondré, pondrás, pondrá, pondremos. And then voy a poner, vas a poner, va a poner. Exactly the same thing. I didn't even bother to put more examples because you sure already know how to use it. Okay, last one. Salir. How do you do it? Same thing. You substitute the last vowel for a D. That was the case for the last 4. That's why I put them together, because they all, instead of deleting the vowels completely, you substitute them for a D. So saldré, the conjugation, and then here's the way number 2, and I put some examples in here so you can have them. Okay, and that ends with the irregulars. Because we don't have that much time, I'm gonna just show you what you need to have. So for the test, went all the way out. I'm gonna put it underneath the class plans, what you need to have, okay? Or what you need to study. Let me go to Spanish 1. Time's up, but bear with me. Oh, darn it, I forgot that. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do here. This is the stuff that you need to know for the test, okay? You need to know the school items, school verbs, adverbs of time. You need to know future tense. And this is for the regular verbs. And then future tense, the irregular. This is
Ash.
voy, vas.
Ash. Jack. Cash. No.
Okay,
What are you doing?
so I'm gonna highlight that.
Turtle. Come here.
Okay,
No,
all right, so
turtle.
everybody can
Here. Now.
start leaving now, except for Anastasia. So you guys can start leaving now. Class is over. Study, 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 study. You have a lot to study, okay? All right. Anastasia,
Yes.
my mind is freaking out, and I totally forgot that I have a next class. I have next period, and you do too. So here's what you're gonna do. For our meeting, you're gonna go back to this link. So the link that you always click on for Spanish, you're just gonna come back to it like the way you did for English, okay? So you'll be back, you'll be here at, I don't know, as soon as the next class is over. Huh?
I have a meeting with Miss Cloud at 2, so I can't do anything at that time.
Right, no, so our meeting will be at 11:30, from 11:30 to 12:30. So we'll be good from there. Okay? But
Okay.
so where are you gonna come back to have our meeting? What do you have to click or go?
Oh, go back to the same link, right?
This same link, the Spanish one's link. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll be here waiting. And then like the way we did it in English, we can do that. Okay? All right, I'll let you go so you can go stretch and get up, because by now you probably feel crippled of sitting down so long. Okay, bye, honey.
Bye.
Okay, Elijah, did you have a question today? You hear me? Or Perla, since you guys are still here.
Yeah.
Yes, what's up?
For the homeworks, I think I've just been sharing them with you. Is that fine?
Oh, no, you need to put them in Google Classroom. Shares, it's like putting a needle in a haystack and then asking me to look for it. It's
Okay.
really hard.
Just
but
clearing
yeah,
that up.
because I didn't see a lot of homeworks completed by you, and that brought your grade down. So if you've been doing them, I think I saw a few because it tells me when you actually put them in. I have the Google Classroom app in my phone, so whenever somebody turns something in, it gives me a notification. And I seen your name throughout my email, and I'm like, okay, she's turning stuff in, but then when I go in, I can't find it. So
Yeah, okay, so
you
I'll
just attach it to the. Anytime it's in Google Classroom, turn it in on Google Classroom, unless it's like a Flipgrid or something else that I'm assigning.
okay, thank you.
And that's it. And then I'm gonna go back this week to redo grades because and I forgot to tell you guys, but this week's test won't be in the progress report, or maybe it will be. Not sure yet how long it's gonna take me to grade all those tests. But we have progress reports going out. Your name wasn't on the C or below because you don't have a C. So, but it'll be for this next upcoming progress report, regardless of what grade you have.
All right.
So I'll make sure to go back. But yeah, please make sure to turn them in on Google Classroom. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, yeah, that was all. I just wasn't sure. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.